trying to set me up. Man's trying to set me up. But
Literally, I'm undefeated in FIFA. I can win with my eyes closed.
everyone actually thinks that way. Yeah, again.
Nah, I'm not thinking. Nah, this is real life. Я барат мис пустива. What does that mean?
Я в баратью, спасибо.
Я в баратью, спасибо. How you doing, man?
Very well, thank you. How are you, Jerry?
I'm good. No worries. I'm good, man. Before we start, we're gonna do a quick little Never Have I Ever game. I'm assuming you've played Never Have I Ever before.
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah, nice. So I just have like 5 questions, and then if you have done it, if you have done something, you do a thumbs up. But if you haven't done it, then you do a thumbs down. And then yeah, those are the rules.
Right.
So
Okay.
Never have I ever tried the Carolina Reaper hot chili. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Have you tried the Carolina Reaper hot chili, like the hottest chili pepper in the world? You haven't?
No.
I mean, neither. I wouldn't want to try it. I'm a spicy food kind of guy, but I still don't eat spicy food just because it's just a lot. It makes your nose goes runny and everything. So yeah, I'm not a spicy food kind of person. But yeah. Second question. Never have I ever been tickled until you cried.
Nah, I haven't been tickled until I cried. I probably enjoy it or something. Actually, it's
Okay. Well, are you not ticklish at all?
I am, but I mean, it's quite interesting. I like it, so I don't actually have to cry. Yeah.
Alright, I hate that. Third question. Never have I ever eaten something that I wasn't supposed to eat, like something that isn't edible.
What, edible in what way? In what sense?
So like eating a rock or something. No, like eating a rock or like soap or just something that you're not supposed to eat.
You got me on this one. Well, I have. So, yeah.
I feel like everyone has, man. When we were younger, innit, I definitely probably ate paper, soap, all of that.
Yeah.
It's nothing. It's no biggie. But what did you eat that wasn't edible?
Well, it's quite embarrassing right now, but I'm gonna say it was sand, the white sand from the seashore. Yeah, that's what I ate.
You swallowed it. You did. You swallowed. Wow.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, cool.
I never got affected though.
Yeah, luckily. Yeah, there's a lot of adventures, man. When you're younger, you just do anything and everything. Yeah. All right. Next question. Never have I ever gone skydiving.
No.
Yeah, never. I would want to.
Yeah, but it's quite scary though.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't think I have a fear of heights, like a phobia, but I think I'm scared of heights. You get what I mean? Like I do have a fear for heights though. Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, that would be horrible for you. You'd be shaking, man. Yeah. All right. Last and final question. Never have I ever liked being outdoors inside the rain.
Well, everyone did that. So yeah.
In the rain, there's something about it, man. Just being in the rain, out in nature. I don't know. It's something unexplainable, but there's something nice about doing that. When I don't do it now, but when I was younger, for sure, I just run around, play around in the rain and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, that was a good round of Never Have I Ever questions. Before we carry on, though, we're gonna take a quick 1-minute break, and then we're gonna be right back. Come on, let me close. Let me shine. If you guys want to win up to £200 worth of Amazon gift cards, then you need to listen to this quickly. I just need you to do 2 steps. Click that link,
check out the free preview copy of my unreleased book. Read the copy and then go back to the website, then leave some feedback on how you thought the book was. That's all you have to do, guys. It's gonna take you no more than 2 minutes. So don't tell anyone, because like I said, it's a secret. I don't want everyone winning £200 because, you know, I'm gonna go broke. So just keep it on a hush, do that for me, and it's gonna be great.
Welcome back, guys. After the break, we are in for an amazing episode. I feel like there's a lot to get to know about you. Like, firstly, I want to start with your name, because when I heard of your name, I was trying to figure out where your background is from, but I couldn't figure it out. I'm usually good at this, but I don't know. There's something about Barisua. Is it like a Sierra Leone name?
Yeah, you're close. It's actually African, but it's not Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone. Wait. I'm gonna do one more.
Yeah.
Like a Sudan.
Can I help?
Are you from Sudan?
Nah, can I help?
Yeah, help. I'm not making Nigeria.
So I'm not. Yeah.
Oh,
so
man.
My name is pronounced Barisua.
Barisua. Okay, yeah, I was saying it wrong. Barisua. Yeah.
Exactly.
But that's not a traditional Nigerian name, though, or is it?
Exactly. What, are you Nigerian?
No, I'm not, but I know a lot about the culture. That's why I was like, it can't be Nigerian.
Yeah.
Because
basically, in Nigeria, a lot of people actually know like the majority tribes, like the major ones, the Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo.
Yeah.
But I'm from like the minor tribes, like the little tribes at the suburbs.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So like from the Delta, something like that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Were you born there? Did you grow up there, or what?
Yeah, I was born in Nigeria. Yeah.
Nice. Well, I was trying to figure it out for a minute, but now it's clear. Now I can understand, because I was born in Cameroon, which is like right next to Nigeria. So like that's why I can understand. Yes, I do speak a little bit of French. My French has gone from here to here, though. My French, because when I grew up, I had a lot of French friends who I spoke French with every day. So my French was always good because I had people around me to speak French to. But now I'm in England, everyone speaks English. So I never actually speak French. And so my French gets really bad. But yeah, that's why I was saying, like, I know a lot about the Nigerian culture, and like I'm so good with Nigerian names.
Exactly.
But when I heard your name, I wasn't able to realize it at first. But anyways, we're gonna start with I want to learn a little bit more about sort of your earliest memory in life, if you can remember, or like your earliest dream, nightmare, whatever it is.
Well, you meant dreams like in terms of future ambitions, or what you meant like nightmares or something?
Oh, that's a great one. I was thinking in terms of like when you're sleeping, but I mean, if you had ambitions from a really young age, yeah, why not go for it?
Oh, okay. Well, I can't actually remember my nightmares or dreams as a child, but I can actually remember the future ambitions I had, and I think I'm still in track with what I've always wanted for myself since I was a little boy. So I've always wanted to study engineering, and that's because from when I was little, I've always had the flair for mechanics and electrics and everything. So my mom told me that when I was kind of little, and when I get a toy, what I do is I destroy the toy to actually find what makes it.
Yeah.
If I've got a radio or like a little phone or something, I try to like destroy it to make sure, because I always assume that's like a person in there making the noise or talking. But I try to figure out. So it started all when I was actually little, when I had the love for engineering. And yeah, I've never changed ever. So changing my life path, which I think I'm one of a kind, because a lot of people actually find it difficult to discover what they want to do. So yeah.
Wow. So
that's it.
Yeah, amazing. So you would say you've discovered definitely what you want to do in life.
Exactly.
I mean,
well, we can't actually that's actually subjective because we can't actually discover everything we want to do in life
Mm.
until because life is actually in stages. So at some point, when you get to a point, you might have to not entirely change the life path or the career path, or you can maybe adjust to the trend.
Yeah.
Like currently, like the AI and everything.
Yeah.
So basically, I want to do automobile engineering, but right now I'm doing mechatronics. But I'm still on track. I'm still in the engineering line, but I'm obviously following the trend because we're going somewhere, and you
Yeah.
wouldn't want to be left behind. So yeah,
Um,
that's it.
yeah. Amazing. I love that mindset of, you obviously know what you want to do, but at the same time, you're flexible, you're open to adapt and to change and to sort of have a pulse on what's going on in the world and things like that, which is why you're doing mechatronics. I feel like mechatronics is a really wide sort of thing. You could dabble into so many different things when you do mechatronics. When I first heard the word mechatronics, I didn't fully understand what it meant. I thought it was like mechanics mixed with robotics, mixed with engineering or something like that. Do you mind sort of explaining it to the people who might not understand what mechatronics means?
Yeah, sure. I'll do that. So mechatronics is more of a combination of um two or more engineering degrees combined. So we've got, like the word says, mechatronics. We've got mechanical, we've got electronics engineering, and we've got a bit of computer and systems engineering in mechatronics. So when you study mechatronics, you kind of have, just like you said, you have a broad range of career paths to go into. So you can decide to do full engineering. For us, you can decide to do straight into the electrical engineering.
Yeah.
But what I actually want to do, I feel like I'm gonna go into the mechanical aspect because I actually want to give back to my society back in Africa because if you've got a foundation in mechanical engineering, you can delve into the petroleum industry and everything.
Mm.
So, like I said, I've got a lot of things on my table. I'm just gonna cross out the ones that are relevant at every point. I'm sorry for digressing, but actually, I was supposed to talk about mechatronics. So, in a nutshell, mechatronics is just it's wild. At the same time, when you study something that is actually wild, you need to be careful because sometimes you might lose yourself because you don't actually belong. You feel you don't belong here, you don't belong there, and you don't belong there.
Mm.
So it's better. Sometimes I'd advise people to actually stick to a more easier course or something because it's not all that easy for mechatronics engineering. But yeah, that's basically it.
Mm. That's really interesting when you said when you're talking about how sort of the subject is very wild, which I can infer from that is what you mean is it's really difficult, and sometimes you could just find you're in the depth of it and you don't know what you're doing here, and oh, maybe I should just drop this, I should just quit and things like that. Have you ever felt like that during this course?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I felt that way. Even the just concluded semester, I felt that way as well. It was crazy. But I mean, you've got to do what you've got to do to make sure you graduate with good grades. As a typical African boy, you get me.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so that's it.
100%. I can relate, man. You just gotta do what you gotta do. Life is life. Things happen. Things go up. Things go down. But at the end of the day, you just have to moving forward because even if you stand
Yeah,
still, life is still gonna move forward without you. So you might as well move forward so
exactly.
that things just keep going. Yeah, I love that mindset that you have, and also talking a bit about mechatronics. Is there sort of a central almost idea or purpose? Because when I was in high school or A levels or whatever, there was a central purpose to
Yeah,
things like physics. Physics is a study of natural sort of life and the forces and the interactions of the forces. Astrophysics, all of that. Chemistry is about the different properties of chemicals, and biology is about organisms and stuff like that. Is there a central purpose of mechatronics, or is it more of a merging of different sciences?
Yeah, I believe, to my understanding so far, I believe it's more of robotics,
Mm.
because at the end of the day, you'd try to you'd just be centered at AC and DC circuits, and then your final project will be around robotics. So I think it's the central purpose of mechatronics, robotics. Yeah.
I do like what you were talking about with like different circuitry and AC/DC circuits and stuff like that, and robotics and things like that, which I think is going to be the next big thing. Like we're gonna have robots doing everything for us. Robots are going to be coding for us. Soon robots are going to be cleaning our houses. They're these little devices that clean people's houses for them already. So
That is true.
yeah, robots are going to be doing everything. Is there something in mind that you ever wanna create? Like maybe you have an idea to create like a robotic podcast, whatever. Like, is there any robotic ideas that you have in mind?
And talking about a project, yeah, most people who do my course, they actually like, I don't know about a lot of people, but the few persons I've met, they always know what they want to do, maybe a slight idea of what they want to do before they graduate, like for a final project. So for me, I've worked as a carer before, so I realized that there's, I mean, if there's a way that you can manufacture, I know we've got the stuff, we've got various machines that are used to for mobility for the carers, but I was looking at the aspect of like a feeding robot. You get me? Because that is really time consuming.
Yeah.
So it saves costs for the companies.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's efficient.
Yeah.
Because you can get one robot and it can feed basically like 10 people.
Yeah.
Before it runs out. And that has saved the salaries of 10 persons.
Yeah.
That day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was looking at maybe a feeding robot, but that is quite complicated at the moment, because I spoke to a couple persons and I'm just taking my time to study around the region of that kind of robot. So yeah, that's what I've got in mind right now.
Yeah, that's big, man. That's really big. Like genuinely, that could completely disrupt like the healthcare or caring industry, because I know people who have been in the caring industry and they complain a lot about having to do certain things like feed certain people. It's really time consuming. So like that could be something that takes that sort of unpleasant task off their hands. But on the other side, maybe, it could leave people unemployed. But there are ups and downs, but I feel like that's definitely going to be a more positive sort of invention than negative, because it's going to be much more efficient. People aren't going to be sort of doing certain tasks that they don't want to do. They can use their skills doing something else. There's a lot of nurses that train to treat people, but instead they're just feeding people. Maybe they don't want to be doing that. Maybe they want to be on the front line, saving people's lives and things like that. Which is why I think that's an amazing invention. What inspired you to come up with that? Were you just observing and then you just came up, or did someone sort of inspire you?
Yeah, like I said, I actually worked as a carer before.
Oh, so, that's where you got it.
I realized that this is because basically I don't actually like being stressed. So when I work and I feel like this is gonna stress me, I'd rather leave it and do something else, or look for a more a short course or something to do.
Yeah.
So I realized that this is time consuming, and if we have to move forward, I know it's going to make a lot of people like unemployed and that, but then at the end of the day, you can channel those skills, like you said, you can channel your expertise to something else and let the robots do the robot's job.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I want to talk a little bit more about your mechatronics inspiration and like your background coming up to this point where you're right now studying mechatronics at university. How was your high school experience like, from transitioning into high school into university? What sort of inspirations? Maybe you took a certain lesson, course, a teacher, a book, or whatever. What were the things that inspired you throughout high school? And then how was your transition coming into university to study mechatronics?
So, well, I like the fact that you said high school, because I never went secondary in England.
Okay.
So yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
I went secondary in Africa,
Mm-hmm.
and it was okay. I had motivations from the teachers at that time, and one thing I'm going to point out to is having like really good people around you, and having. Is it okay to talk about my faith? Like, is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm a Christian, and my parents are Christians as well. So they they are professionals as well. My mom's a teacher. My dad is one. So these people were actually, they played a very vital role in my life, and they actually made me sit and study, not forcing me to do it, but they made me understand that this is what I'm going to get if I study, and this is what I'm going to get if I don't study. So I had to pick the hard but the easy way, because there's definitely going to be light at the end of the tunnel if I pick the hard one. So I had to go study, and always met my teachers. My teachers were actually good people, and all of these things actually inspired me. Like, I feel like some people, they don't actually have they're not lucky enough to have supportive parents and supportive teachers and that. But I had supportive parents. They always supported my dreams, and they always supported everything I'm doing right now and everything I'm going to do, provided it's in line with, what they describe as good. So I believe that having support, a network of support around you, is a big motivation whenever you do anything. So yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I just love that aspect of, your parents being by your side, your teachers being by your side whenever you needed help, and also guiding you to follow the path that leads to the light at the end of the tunnel, because there's so many distractions. You can easily slack off, you can easily follow the crowd or do what you think is cool or whatever, but it's great to see that you had that solid base of support from your parents, from your teachers, and also from your faith as well. Have you been Christian your whole life, or is it something that maybe you started believing in?
Yeah, I've been Christian my whole life.
Nice. Yeah, same with me as well. I feel like Christianity is almost provides a certain level of meaning to me for my life, because I read my Bible every day, and I use that as an affirmation. I highlight certain sayings and certain verses, and I use that to propel me or carry me on in life. Is that sort of the similar type of relationship that you have with Christianity, or like how does Christianity motivate you or factor into your life?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Provided you're a devout Christian, the pattern is almost the same for everyone.
Yeah,
if not exactly the same.
Yeah.
The typical, morning devotions, like having morning devotions as kids, as a family, and teaching you to read the Bible at church, and everything. So yeah, I've got a personal relationship with God as well.
Yeah.
And I study my Bible every day as well. So I believe that Christianity, like, if we really understand Christianity, it's not a religion per se, but it's a lifestyle. You understand? Like, it's meant to be like Christ-like. That's what it means. So if you're a Christian, you're supposed to have like the same lifestyle with every other Christian. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely do get that. There's a common like teaching or denominator that Christians do follow. Like there's just some common things that it goes without saying, like treating people well, treat people as you want to be treated, and things like that. So I definitely do relate with the fact that most Christians do have some teachings that they all follow and they all implement into their lifestyle. I also want to delve a little bit more into your secondary school life, because I have my opinion on this, because I schooled in Africa as well for a bit. But I want to know, what would you say is like the top 2 or the top 3 differences of schooling in Africa versus schooling here in the UK?
There's a lot different. I mean, in terms of the culture, and then also like the teaching methods as well, maybe assessment methods as well. So I think the difference is quite clear, because most of the time when you study or when you school in Africa, you're focused on maybe the theory and everything, but over here you kind of find a way to balance the theory and also the practicals. So it's a glaring difference, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's really true. And also another thing that I experienced from my personal experience is that the schooling environment or the educational sort of structure from Cameroon, I mean, I don't know about Nigeria, but for us it was really cutthroat. Like from primary school to high school, throughout the whole educational time that I was there, it was like we had this structure of exams where at the end of each term the teachers would mark all the exams, and they would basically rank us from first to last, and they would call out the first to the last in front of assembly. I don't know if you guys had that. And I'm lucky that I was, I've been blessed enough to be naturally, intelligent or intellectual or whatever, but there's some students who had to be called out, who were like last in the class, and you had to stand in front of the whole sort of assembly. And it was like, that's what I mean by it was really cutthroat. It was just very, dog eat dog. The first person gets all the praise, all the glory, all the gifts and achievements, and oh, you're so smart, well done. But then the last person gets called up, and it's like everyone's just looking at them judgmental and everything. Meanwhile, here it's different. You could be the person with the worst grades in the class. It doesn't really make you any less than the person with smart grades in the class. The person with the worst grades in the class could be best friends with the person with the best grades in the class. There's not that dog eat dog sort of nature. And I think you can agree with that as well, right? I'm guessing it's similar in Nigeria.
Do you want to transform your fitness journey? I'm guessing yes. If the answer is yes, then you're in the right place. Make sure you follow this Instagram page for hundreds and hundreds of different workout videos that will take your fitness to the next level, improve your health, and it doesn't even matter what age you are or what fitness level you are. The videos are set for different challenges and different expertise levels. So this is a page for you guys. Don't miss out. Whether it's you want to accomplish a certain fitness goal, or you want to look good for summer, or you want to look good during winter, whatever it is, this fitness page can help you get there. So follow the fitness Instagram page and stay tuned for new updates and new videos. Let's go.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been nodding the whole time. So, that's what I said about the culture and everything.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of like, like most times when you do, even it starts from the family as Africans. So when you have like siblings, your parents actually give praises to the one who is more intelligent.
Yeah.
So they're like the special, like the egg of the family.
Yeah.
So, it starts from the family and then it goes to the public and everything. So I think that's the difference in culture I meant.
Yeah. What would you say are some of your, because as you mentioned, the course you're doing in mechatronics is quite heavily intense, and I'm assuming there must be times where you just want to get away, you just want to chill, you want to forget about your course. What sort of things do you do to get your mind off the rigorous intensity of sort of your academics?
So I play football like almost every week. So actually I stopped playing football, like it's been a month. I mean, it's been crazy. I've been trying to like make sure I meet up with the deadlines and everything for uni, so I actually stopped. But I used to play football, and that helps a lot, because at first I just do my schoolwork, come back home and sleep. Actually, I do sleep in a lot because that works as therapy for me.
Yeah.
So what I do most of the time is playing football, because I'm not really like a social type. Although I might seem like one because of maybe the way maybe sound, but I'm not really social. I'm always quiet and on my own. So I play football to get away from the stress because it's not easy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. Can definitely relate, man. Sometimes you just need an outlet at times, which is why a lot of the times I don't agree with people who judge a lot. Some people are really judgmental, like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? They jump to conclusions without really realizing where the person is coming from. You don't know what people are going through. You don't know why people are doing certain things. You don't know the day that someone has had. You don't know the week, the month, the year that someone has had. And for me, I play football as well. Football is such an outlet. I try to have as many outlets as possible, but I try to, which is this is kind of like, it's not the way it should be, but I try to make my interests as productive as possible. And if possible, I try to make my interest bring me money, which it shouldn't be like that because it should be resting and not working. But like, I try to, like, if I'm doing football or anything, I want to record it and post it on YouTube so I can get views and like the YouTube can blow up or whatever and things like that. But I do play football as well. And I don't know if you play like video games or anything like FIFA, stuff like that.
Yeah, I play FIFA as well, but I actually I don't own a PS4 right now. I'm gonna get one soon, but my friend actually has one, so whenever I go, he's like my neighbor downstairs because I just go there to play. So,
I've been playing FIFA my whole life, and literally I'm undefeated in FIFA. I don't think any of my friends have ever beat me in FIFA. Like, I'm just undefeated. I can win. I can win with my eyes closed. I can win when I'm sleepy. Like, I'm just undefeated.
Everyone actually thinks that way. So I get you.
Nah, I'm not thinking. Nah, this is real life. I'm telling you right now. I'm undefeated. I'm like Michael Jordan with the controller, man. I'm just out here just top bins, bottom bins, weaving in and out, tiki taka plays, everything. Like, I didn't even have to think about
that
it,
wonderful? That's lovely.
I can see you smiling like you think I'm lying. I'm not lying, man. I'm telling you, I would smoke anyone in this world. But yeah, what other things would you like? Do you dabble in, or do you do for like hobbies and things like that?
Oh, okay. I used to be like a big time programmer, not professionally, but I just do it as a hobby. So yeah, that used to be in the past. Because right now I just feel like I need to focus on one thing. Because I used to be a person that I put my eggs in a lot of baskets and I try a lot of things, which I really commend at that point. But right now I feel like I need to take it more seriously. And maybe if I'm going to go back to that, then I'll go back to that maybe much later. But right now, let's focus on the
What language did you code in?
Oh, basically Python. That's all I know. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I used to be.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did used to. Yeah, I used to code in Python as well, which is such a convenient language, right? But then right now I've forgotten all of it, and I don't code that much anymore. What sort of things did you used to code? Were you like doing challenges, or were you actually trying to create apps and websites and things like that?
Yeah. I done websites before. Yeah, I done websites just for fun, but I mean you can't see them anymore because when I hosted them, they expired. So yeah, there's no proof of that. But I mean, I done little games like Python games, Pygame, and basic applications and all of that.
Yeah, that's such a tangible skill, man. Like, I feel like once you know how to code, you can work from anywhere. You can work for anyone. You can do anything, which is why I've started learning C. I'm still a beginner at C, but I started doing courses and things like that because I used to do Python, but then I forgot because I changed subjects that I was doing in sixth form. And I just stopped doing Python, and then now I want to get back into C and things like that. Are there any sort of pieces of advice that you'd give to someone who wants to start coding again and wants to do it quickly but efficiently as well?
Yeah, it's one step of the way. Do it for 100 days. and then you would master it. Yeah. So yeah, there's this theory I believe in. I know there's the 10,000 rule, but then there's the 100 days one that I do, and that's what I did to learn Python. So you can get a Python calendar, and maybe you can design yours as well, and do it for 100 days. Every single day you do it, then you're gonna get. I mean, it comes easy when you do that, because consistency actually builds the muscles of everything you do.
Yeah. That's a great idea. Is are Python calendars on Amazon or something, or are you selling them?
No, I'm not selling, but you can find them on Amazon.
That'll be a great business idea to just sell Python calendars on your website or something like that. But yeah, that is great advice. So you coded in Python. You never like dabbled into Java or C or anything like that?
I tried reading books on Java, and yeah, it didn't stick. I can't remember any bit of that though. But I tried. I knew I tried something some time ago, but I can't remember.
Yeah. With books, it can be hard sometimes. Some books are so digestible, they're so easy to understand, but others are like, they're just so bulletproof. Like they just can't get through your head. It's strange sometimes. I usually use videos and like apps and courses and things like that. What's your best mode of studying? Is it books, videos, taking notes, flashcards, or what?
It's a bit of everything, to be honest, because I can. So you meant like studying for uni of like academics, or studying like generally?
Yeah, just generally, if you want to master something, learn something.
So I do this, the SQ3R. You ever heard of that before?
No, I don't think so.
SQ3R. So that's study your question, you review, you revise, and then you retain. So I can pick materials from a video, and also from a book, and maybe from a journal, and then I just digest everything. And first of all, I just like scan through the book and review the book and read, and then you retain it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's a great sort of system that you use. I've never come up with a system, like a concise system for studying. I know how I study in my head, but I've never sort of made into a blueprint and things like that. I just study how I study, if you get what I mean. But with that being said, we're gonna take a quick 1-minute break, and we're gonna be right back.
This is not a myth anymore, guys. Global warming and climate change is right here, and it's not going anywhere for quite a long time. If you want to learn more on how to reduce your carbon footprint and how to adopt more eco-friendly practices into your lifestyle, then this is the blog for you. Make sure you follow this blog on Medium. It has tons and tons and tons of engaging blogs that will teach you and explore with you the different ways that you can make your life more sustainable, more eco-friendly, and more green. But also, if you're someone who's interested in finance, then don't go anywhere, because this same blog, guys, also focuses on exploring sustainable financial practices. So this is the perfect blend. Not only finance and the money and the assets and the financial industry, but you also have eco-friendliness, sustainability, and how to reduce your carbon footprint. These two go hand in hand. And if you are interested in such topics, then do me a favor, go to the Medium site right now. You can even download the app and follow the blog page. You can do that quickly. It doesn't take any time at all, but it's going to have a massive impact on teaching you on how to improve your lifestyle and how to have a much more sustainable impact on the planet.
Welcome back, everyone. After the break, we have delved into a lot of things, but I kind of want to have a step back. I want to delve a little bit more into mechatronics, because I feel like it's such an exciting, thing to get into. I never really thought about it before this podcast, to be honest. I've always thought about engineering, civil engineering, all of that different things, but mechatronics sounds like it's something from the Avengers or something like that, something from the Transformers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I wanna learn a bit about what are some of the misconceptions that maybe you had about mechatronics before you started studying it, and then now that you're studying it, what are the biggest standout topics that you think of and you think, wow, I never really thought about that before. I never really saw it that way before.
Yeah, the misconceptions. I probably thought I was going to do something that has to do with maybe aerospace or something. Maybe dealing with the gyro, like the gyro, like in airplanes and that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then I got into the course and I realized that got nothing to do with that, and I've got to focus on the mechanical or maybe one of the parts when I finish with the bachelor's. So, the other part of the question was, can you repeat that, please?
Yeah, no worries. What are some things that now that you're studying mechatronics, what do you see differently about the topic, about the subject, or what do you also see differently out in the wider world that links to the course that you're studying and that makes you sort of look at things in a new perspective?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of learn project management, not really, not like per se, but you learn how to manage projects and collaborations. You learn a lot of that too. So, because that really comes handy as an engineer. It's basically, if you're working as an engineer, you're not expected to execute a task alone.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to work collaboratively. You're gonna be doing a lot of that. So I thought it was something you have to be focused on your task, and everyone else has to be focused on their task. But then I realized that now you have to actually work collaboratively.
Yeah.
So that's why I realized.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's also something in the wider culture and society is this idea. We see all the time in movies and things when there's a character who does, whether it's computer science or any other sort of engineering, they're sort of portrayed as someone who has just a hood up, that is hooded genius, just typing away in the computer, introverted, they don't speak to anyone. But in the real world, like you said, I feel like it's so much more different. You have to be constantly collaborating, even if you're, a scientist or a software engineer, whatever it is. I feel like just communicating all the time is something that comes into most jobs, basically. And like you said, you're someone who's very introverted, so I'm guessing that was sort of a big transition for you, or like a big adaptation to go from an introverted person to like, oh, now I need to collaborate with all these people, speak to all these people. Wow. How did you find it?
Well, there's a new word where they say like introverted extrovert. So maybe I'm kind of an introverted extrovert. So I can keep professional relationships with people, but I find it difficult to keep personal relationships. Maybe because I've not really had good relationships in the past. So maybe that's PTSD.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but it wasn't really much of a big deal for me because I feel like I'm quite confident when it's got to do with dealing with people.
Yeah.
So I found it quite easy to communicate. Yeah. So it wasn't hard.
Yeah. And also I've noticed that the sort of the technological landscape in Nigeria is different from the technological landscape in the UK. Would you say that this is something that when you started studying in the UK, did that put you off, or did it interest you in any specific way? Or maybe you would say there's not that much difference between the technological landscape between the two areas, or what's your opinion on that?
Well, absolutely. There is a clear difference between. I mean, one is a developed country, whilst the other is a developing country. So this is like the UK is often like a blueprint for major countries, for most of these countries that are trying to develop. So yeah, there's a lot of technological difference. So in terms of the trains, electrical trains, and 24/7. I mean, except for when we've got strikes and that. of course, we've got the failure. Sometimes the trains actually fail, but it's a system that actually works and it's been working for over 100 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one of the major difference.
Yeah.
And in terms of architecture as well, there are not a lot of that tall buildings. Actually, we've got tall buildings in Nigeria, but in terms of architecture and modern design, so we actually, like I said, it's the UK is a blueprint for most of the developing countries. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Also about university, I feel like when you go into university, most people think it's just going to be about their course. Like I thought that as well. I thought it was just going to be course and then friends and then my course and then my friends and then that's it. But as you may have discovered as well, and me as well, there's so much more to university. It's like a world of its own. It opens up so many opportunities, networking opportunities. Like I found myself doing things that I would never have thought, I would be invited to or be part of and things like that. What sort of opportunities would you say, your university has opened up your eyes to?
Yeah, first of all, I'd say like being a member of the IMECI, the Institute of Mechanical Engineers. So that was a good one for me. It was a huge one because I mean it's a prestigious institution, and having to undertake like projects from IMECI. I recently completed one this semester, and it's quite interesting to like you said, like it's a world of its own. And I'm gonna say exactly what Bill Gates said in one of his videos. He says, if I'm correct, he said the network, the connections you have in university are the connections that you're gonna need when you eventually become an entrepreneur. So the people that you network with at university are like the networks that you're gonna have for life. So when you are at university, you should endeavor to make sure you build meaningful connections. So yeah, I took that, and I'm trying as much as possible to make sure I build as many as useful connections as I can get. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I was having a conversation with my friend the other day. We were just talking about how obviously universities provide so many resources for education and empowerment and things like that. But we were also talking about how a lot of those resources are free on the internet as well, or like there's AI and all these different systems that can provide that. And we sort of came to the conclusion that university, like the fees that we pay isn't necessarily for the academics. It's actually more for the experience and the networking and the resources that you get that you wouldn't be able to get elsewhere. Like the people, like when I go to university, if I really wanted to, I could probably meet 100 new people every day. That's just the potential of networking that there is, and you don't get that in many other places. Schools are too small. Other places that just not as many people or just not as many like-minded people, and like you just meet so many mentors, friends and things like that. Is there like a specific mentor or like a specific book or anything that has made a mark on you since you entered university?
Yeah, I've got a mentor. I've got quite a lot of them, but one of them actually really stands out. I don't know if you know. Are you aware? Sorry about that. Are you aware of the sergeant at arms at the House of Commons? So he's an engineer. He's actually of Nigerian origin.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a mentor to me. He's an engineer. He's undertaking quite a lot of projects. He's undertaking a £5 billion project to build a railway? I can't remember exactly. I don't want to say what I'm not sure of. So he's got well over a £5 billion project in I think in the Middle East. I can't remember the country in the Middle East, but he's done well. He's worked in executive roles. He's got over 20 years of experience as an engineer. and is currently serving as the Sergeant at Arms, which he actually started as a principal engineer at the House of Commons.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, having to have those kind of people like that around you, it kind of motivates you to want to. I mean, you feel like, wow, if this person can do it, if this person of the same origin, the same background, the same circumstances as I have can do it, you actually get motivated to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one of my mentors.
Oh yeah, 100%. I feel like that idea of representation, when you see someone that represents who you are, whether it's your values or your appearance or anything, it just makes you feel like, oh yeah, I can do that too. You know, I can do that. Like for me, one of the reasons why when people ask me who's your role model, I usually mention someone like Kevin Hart or like, you know, Will Smith. It's because these people sort of, you know, they look like me to a certain extent, and I'm like, if someone that looks like me can get there, then, you know, I probably have a really good chance of getting there as well. Like Kevin Hart, you know, he looked like me. He's short. You know, I'm 6'7", so I'm taller than him. But still, you know, someone who's like, you know, someone who looks like me, who came from a disadvantaged background, and to get to the height that he's got to, you just get so inspired by it. And like, even if it was someone who didn't look like me, it would still inspire me. But the fact that you have the icing on the top of the cake, where you actually look like me, I'm like, wow, that's basically me up there. You get what I mean? So yeah, I do relate with the fact that you have that mentor who is someone from Nigerian origin as well. Do you speak any of the Nigerian languages, like the tribal languages?
Yeah, I do understand a bit. I'm actually a really interested person. I'm really interested in languages, so I speak Igbo like fluently, and I do understand Igbo, and I understand Yoruba a little bit. I'm trying to learn from someone, so I'm trying to learn Yoruba. But other than that, I understand a bit of French as well, because I did French in secondary.
Oh, tu parles français? Un peu de français.
Oui, oui.
Okay.
Oui.
Okay. Nice.
Est-ce que je peux parler français?
Oui. I can see you speak well. Yeah, I am trying to learn more of my French. I have a friend where I literally call her for the sole purpose of speaking French. I feel so bad because every time I call her, I'm like, I'm so sorry, but I just want to speak French. Like I don't care what we talk about, but let's just speak French for 30 minutes. I'm just like, oh my god, man, I'm busy. Oh my god, just go learn from a dictionary. But I have had apps where I learn, but I feel like there's no substitute for the real thing. Like there's people I know people who have gone to university and learned French for 3 years, 4 years, but then they go to France and they can't speak a word of French because there's no substitute for actually speaking French. You can read as many books as you want, but speaking French is where you get it
Communicating,
from. Yeah, 100%. This is around the last sort of segment of the podcast, so I do want to ask you a little bit before we close off. Is there any words of inspiration, motivation that you want people to take away from this podcast as a whole? When they think about this podcast, what do you want to tell them?
If you are someone who is particularly interested in spirituality, then this is for you. But if not, then that's perfectly fine. Keep watching the video. If you want to get and learn more about spirituality products, then I have a limited offer for you. This is an amazing way for you to afford cheap spirituality products, and all you have to do is follow these 3 steps. Firstly, you have to follow this account on Pinterest. Second, you have to click the link in the bio. Third, choose whatever spirituality product you want and you can buy it for a discounted price. Make sure you do this promptly because, like I said, this is a limited time offer.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, procrastination is a disease. It actually kills, because you might think that you're gonna get there. I mean, it's always good not to rush into things, but when you've got the resources, when you've got everything at your disposal to do something, and you've got to do it, you do it. You go for it, because I mean, having to wait and letting things happen by themselves. I mean, sometimes it doesn't really work that way. So, and go out wild, go out to I mean, if you've got something that you want to do, just go for it. Don't let anyone don't let anyone talk you down or try to intimidate you or something. Actually, that part of what I said is actually coming from the fact that I'm black, and we actually have I'm Nigerian as well. So we have the tendency of resisting everything. Like we're kind of like warriors and that. So you have to, sometimes some people are lucky enough to have life being handed over to them, but if you're not one of those people, you have to go look for life and not wait for life to come to you, because it might come and you will not be ready.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that is such great advice. You know, if you have the resources, if you have it there, then what are you waiting for? You know, just do it. Just get straight to it. Don't be thinking like, oh, I need to be perfectly ready first and blah blah blah. You know, you're gonna get ready when you do it. You know, just do it and then you figure it out along the way. And also, one last question. I want to know, what is the best and the worst piece of advice that you have gotten? This is a question I stole from Jay Shetty. I don't know if you know about Jay Shetty, but he's another podcaster. But yeah, what's the best and worst piece of advice you've ever had?
So this is funny because it actually came from a relative. So they said I was gonna be stupid, and well, that's kind of like an insult, but they actually advised me not to go uni or something.
Oh.
They believed that I wasn't going to be I wasn't going to be smart enough. So from secondary, they said I shouldn't go uni. I should just maybe get an apprenticeship or something. So that's I mean, that comes from the place of me being quiet most of the time, and didn't really actually realize that I couldn't be smart enough to learn at uni.
Yeah.
So they thought I was a dummy or something, because I mean, you can literally step on my toes and I wouldn't say anything at that time, not now. But I mean, the advice was, don't try uni because you just fail. Just go do an apprenticeship. And I mean that kind of makes you want to live an average life, but I didn't take that. And then the best advice is follow your dreams. I mean, sometimes you have dreams, but you think they're wild and they're too big. I've gotten to realize that there's no too big dream. You can actually achieve anything you set your mind to achieve. So
yeah, those are two amazing pieces of advice. I mean, one is much better than the other, but I feel like, you know, no matter how bad advice is, you can always learn something about someone from the advice that they give. Maybe it's wrong advice, maybe it's good advice, but it's always something you can take away. And I want to thank you again for sharing those two pieces of advice, and also thank you for just giving up your time to come on the podcast, man. I know this is holidays, everyone is just chilling and doing their own thing, but thank you for giving up your time to come on here and, you know, share some insights and things like that. Well, before we do end,
thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course, no worry. Yeah, if you ever do want to come back again, just let me know, and I'll plug any of your links down in the description if you send me any links and stuff that you want the people to check out. But yeah, before we do end, is there any sort of things that you wanted to say that maybe you didn't get a chance to say? Maybe I didn't ask you any questions, but you do want to say something?
Not really. Apart from the fact that actually I speak Russian. Yeah. So like I said, actually, I've got the love for languages, so I speak Russian. Yeah. But do you speak Russian?
Wow. That is a bomb. You just dropped that bomb on me from nowhere. Russian. Since when?
Yeah. I mean, I started like a year ago, and I've been on it and been doing it like every single day. So I can actually communicate. I can travel to Russia and leave there. So yeah.
You know what? Let's have a Russian conversation, right? I don't understand Russian, but say to me, Jerry, how are you? And this is a great podcast.
Man's trying to set me up. But
no, I don't want to set you up. It's insane. You just put out of nowhere. I was like, wow, that's amazing.
Okay, so well, I can actually. I'm gonna say my hellos. Privet.
Okay.
That's hello.
Yeah.
And Marshall said me. I'm actually tense right now, so I feel
Don't
like
be tense,
my
man.
head is
Don't be
flying
tense.
right now.
Just say
So
hi.
I'm,
I'm gonna make it it's like straightforward. Just say hi, Jerry. How are you?
oh my god, I can say this. Trust me, I can say it. But okay. How do you say? Oh yeah, привет, здравствуйте, здравствуйте, Jerry.
Wow.
Привет is like hello.
Yeah.
Здравствуйте is the official way of saying hello.
Yeah.
And you can say здравствуйте, мой друг. Здравствуйте, my friend.
Yeah.
Как дела? That's how you.
Wow.
And you say я в порядке, спасибо.
Wow. You actually got the accent locked down and everything. Привет, hasbastwa. That's really impressive, man.
Здравствуйте, Jerry.
Alright, so
And you say я в порядке, спасибо.
yeah, barat miss Pospiva. What does that mean?
Я в порядке, спасибо. I'm fine, thank you. Спасибо is thank you.
Okay. Yeah, barat miss Pospiva.
Yeah.
Right?
Nah, you're not getting it, man.
How? Teach me.
Yeah,
teach
but
me.
it's a gradual process, yeah. Я в порядке, спасибо.
Yav baratius
Я в
pasiva.
порядке, спасибо. Спасибо.
Pasiba.
Спасибо.
Spasiba.
Yeah, спасибо. That's thank you.
Okay. So I'm gonna go to a Russian shop right now, and when I order and stuff, I just tell them spasiba, and then they'll
Spasiba.
understand that, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, if it's a male, you tell them спасибо. Спасибо, мой друг. If it's a male.
Okay.
Then if it's a female, you say спасибо, моя подруга.
What does that mean?
That's for females.
Oh, okay.
Like my friend, my female friend, my male friend. So it's just like a feminine and masculine French, just like French.
Yeah.
Got masculine and feminine
Yeah.
letters.
Wow, that is insane. Well, so you speak English, you speak a bit of French, Russian, Igbo, Yoruba. What other languages are you like thinking of speaking next?
German. I'm trying to learn German.
Okay.
And Mandarin. I want to learn Mandarin. Yeah, I want to go China maybe sometime in my life. Just want to go there, maybe work there, something.
That's
Mandarin. And I also speak like my minority language, like the Ijaw language. Yeah, I speak that as well.
Oh, your language from Nigeria.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Wow, that's amazing, man. So many languages. Wow. I've never met.
No, that's not enough, because I want to learn like 14 of them or something.
14? Jesus
yeah, I mean,
Christ.
it's possible.
Yeah, that is very possible. But in my experience, maybe I haven't met as many people yet, but the person who I've met who can speak the most languages is probably like 5. And he was this guy who worked in a bank. He could speak just English, French, German, Spanish, and like something else. But you're just trying to collect all the infinity stones. You're trying to speak all of it. That's really impressive, man. That's really impressive. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's a new thing we've learned. You know, that's why I love doing this podcast. You learn so much about people and things like that. So I wish you the best in trying to learn Russian, man. One day I want to see you, speaking to like your Russian friends and things like that. But yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. That's a brilliant piece of news. Well, anyways, thank you again so much. Spasiba so much for being on the podcast. I wish you a great Christmas holidays, and I wish you the best, man.
You too. Spasiba, bro.
Take care, man. See you.